Welcome back to another Spit Hits. On this episode,
it's a good one.
It's a hit. It's a hit. You're gonna love it. Would you rather? Look, Jason turns himself into a high salaried moocher.
Not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised in the slightest. And in the Situation Room, we find ourselves chasing meerkats, running from clowns. Oh, and if you remember this one, living out the rest of our days as an ocean animal.
Oh, this is a classic.
We find out how long certain animals live in the ocean, and it gets a little messy, as well as another fantastic Battle Royale draft. Stay tuned.
What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
About a garment named him Scooby-Doo.
That was just vomit. I mean, I applaud stepping out on the... I mean, Mike, you should speak to this. You're the scat man.
Look, the landing was incredible, flipping it to Scooby-Doo.
I don't even know what the start was. I would have to go back in time to... What did I say?
It makes me imagine somebody saying 36 words at the same time. That's what comes out.
But the beginning was just so loud.
Was it? Yeah, dude. So, yeah, I'm on tilt from, just the world of sports. And so, like, we're like, oh, are you ready to scat? It's like, oh, yeah, I'm supposed to scat today. And then Andy's like, we're going.
Yep.
And
I wanted that to happen, I think.
That's what you got. I think I bought a cat and named him Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
Believe those?
I bought a cat, Scooby-Doo.
Might have been a car. I'm not sure. But I bought something, and I named him Scooby-Doo.
Welcome into the Spitballers Podcast. Andy, Mike, and Jason with you again. Would you rather? On the show today, we'll enter the Situation Room.
Oh, and it's serious this week,
Is
fellas.
it? You've taken a little sneak peek?
I've previewed what we're about
Serious
to face.
situations?
And it's intense.
I have not, so I'm excited. And then we've got another draft, and we are doing another Battle Royale, and I will not tell you more than that until we get there, but it will be fun. You can find us on Twitter at SpitballersPod. We are always excited to get your ideas for segments, your Would You Rather questions, draft ideas. You can also send those to us on our Patreon page. If you're a Spitballers supporter, you can go over to SpitballersPod.com.
It's for sophisticated people.
Yeah, spitwads, as they say. The most sophisticated. Let's jump right in.
Would you rather?
All right, would you rather? This one comes in from somebody named Corner Preacher on Reddit.
All right.
Would you rather earn $100,000 annually, but all your coworkers earn $200,000?
Okay.
Or would you rather earn $50,000 annually, but all of your coworkers only earn $25,000? In both cases, everyone knows what everyone earns.
I mean, it's like what's the trolley debate? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like the great philosophical thing of you're running an out of control trolley and the track splits and it's like one direction is 3 people, the other direction is more than that. It gets a little bit more complicated, but it's a philosophical debate of what do you do when you know you're gonna have more at $50K, but $25K. I mean that's not enough to live on.
Yeah, that's poverty.
Yes.
You want to know the problem there is that all these people making $25K, they're going to be trying to mooch off of you.
They know plainly that you make double what they make.
Yeah, so they're like, hey, you want to get lunch today? You're buying.
Or the other direction where you're like, hey, come on, guys, let's go to lunch, and none of them can say yes.
Oh, yeah. See, but that's the problem on the other side, right? Is like all your friends want to go, like 100,000. That's a lot of money. But when you're making 200, maybe you go out to extravagant dinners, and it's like, oh, I can't hang with you guys.
I thought this would. I thought the second part of this was going to be you earn $50K, and everybody does, and so you're deciding, would you rather be at the bottom of the totem pole, but make double what, the number is. This is like a little bit of a jealousy analysis situation.
Yes. Do you want to be at the top of the bottom?
Right.
Or the bottom of the top? Right?
Yeah.
That's what this is.
No, that's true.
It's exactly what the question is. The only difference is, I think if the question was actually asked in that way, I think it is more difficult than here, because here, in one of these situations, you just get more money, and so does everybody. I feel like a jerk. Right. I feel like a jerk if I'm taking $175,000 away from everyone I work with, right? Because you are either at $200,000.
At the end of the day, you're making either $50,000 or $100,000.
Right.
The only reason to choose 50 is if you want to lord it over everyone else.
And is that really a number you can lord over other people?
No.
Let's be real.
Compared to 25, yes. But I think it is difficult. I think I'll just take I'll deal with my pride, and I'll take the 100K.
I'm gonna take the 100K, and I'm going to be the moocher. You're still buying lunch.
Nice.
And now I got 100K, and I don't have to.
Will you do half the amount of work?
100K moocher.
Yes, that'll be the 100K moocher.
100K, that's a great salary.
Oh yeah, you always. I remember growing up.
And you're mooching.
He has every right to mooch.
The reality TV shows where at the end you'd win a 6-figure job or something like that. That's what this is. But I still get to mooch in this situation.
Yeah, and your coworkers make a lot more than you. That's all there is to it.
Now, do you have a problem doing the same amount of work for half the money?
So, yeah.
I figured you might do half the work.
Yeah, I'll probably be doing half the work, but guess who's going to get fired first? It's not going to be me. I only cost the company $100,000.
Great point.
You got to fire someone. You got to take care of old Jimmy there. He's at $200K.
Yeah, Jimmy.
So you need to do just less than the 200K people who are doing the least.
Exactly right.
Yeah, there'll be some 200K bad employees.
I don't even have to do as much as them. I just have to do near them.
Right, because you're so much cheaper.
Exactly.
Mike, which are you choosing?
I'm doing the 100.
Okay, so we're seeing through this one.
What kind of a jerk out there would actually choose the 50
what if
in this situation? If someone is listening, if you're listening and you're like, dude, I would totally take the 50, there's a problem there.
Does it change for you, Jason? Would you take the 50 if everything is the same, the whole question's the same, but you sit in a very big chair with a crown?
Oh, like I've got a throne.
Yes, you get a throne,
and
you have a crown, but everything else is the same. That's just what you sit in for work. It's clear and kind of like manifested.
This will not end well.
While I would love, for the joke's sake, to take that would be so much worse than if I could just sit at a desk. If I'm making double and then I'm also put up in like a crown throne area, oh my gosh, I would hate myself as much as everyone else would.
But let's take the flip side. You're making double. All right, let's just say you're a monster and you took that.
Okay.
But everyone's doing the same work.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel the need?
Do you have to do a lot more
work?
Or
are you going to be the best?
Nah, I don't feel that.
Just going to take the money?
I'm just going to take the money, wear the crown, sit in my throne.
All right, Bethany from Patreon has another would you rather question for us. Would you rather be shot by a police taser or a police beanbag shotgun? Let's explore this for a moment.
I know my answer, and it's very easy.
The beanbag shotgun is not like getting hit with a beanbag. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like someone's throwing a beanbag
and yet
real hard.
It is.
I mean, sure, but it's made to
be a non-lethal bullet.
Right. It's made to take someone out, incapacitate them, and take away their abilities.
Yeah, and it's funny. When I grew up, somehow it got in my head. Someone had told me that there were salt bullets. Have you ever, like...
There are. You can buy a toy gun, and it shoots salt pellets. So I think the marketing factor is shoot at flies in your house.
Well, okay, we have that actually.
They have it.
But I didn't mean that. I meant like a bullet that is made of salt, so it would like create a wound and then as a kid, I thought it would
and then burn more.
and then burn more. That's what I thought as a kid.
Oh,
I was like, oh, that's a bad bullet.
I'm shot.
Do you want to get hit by the hollow point or the salt burner?
Thank goodness there's no salt in this bullet wound.
That's what I thought as a kid.
and they followed it up with the super soaker with lemon
Acid.
juice. Lemon on my wounds. No,
It's a bullet wound.
In my head, it was like that was an alternate, like non-lethal form was the salt bullet.
what's worse, a paintball gun or a beanbag gun?
Beanbag.
It's got to be
100%.
Yeah.
because this is like a police
How big-
officer's.
Al Borland, I'm sure you've been shot by a beanbag gun before. How big are these beanbags?
I have not been shot by one. I believe they're about 3 inches or so.
Oh,
and
that's a pretty big beanbag.
Look,
That's gotta hurt.
there was an MTV show back in our day, growing up, and these fellows did random stunts, and
Yeah,
usually,
the donkeys.
yes, usually the stunt just involved getting hurt in some fashion. If you've watched, they have definitely done being hit by the beanbag, and then they show the aftermath, and they show that bruise that they have the next, like 2 days later, looking at the bruise. No, thank you. That thing's gonna hurt for a long time.
And if you get hit wrong, you could die from that.
yes,
If you get hit in the wrong place.
yeah, 100%.
Right
you can.
through the neck.
Well, no, like if you get hit right in the wrong internal organ, it's gonna be a problem.
According to the statistics I have before me, they can severely injure. They can kill. This is ridiculous. They have caused around 1 death a year since their introduction.
Wow. Well, goodness. Well, that being said,
It can break the ribs.
that being said, has a taser ever killed somebody? I mean, I would imagine over the course of time,
Maybe
tasers
someone
have,
like, if you got like a pacemaker.
right. Like I got a little heart condition, I get tased, and then it's
Just a little one.
But back to the question at hand. This is me. I'm taking the taser.
50,000 volt electric pulse.
Have you ever been gotten a real electric shock?
Not on any level that I of note. No.
The only time that I can remember that I got a real electric shock, and I don't know how this compares to anything.
Right.
You know, when I say real, it's a question mark, air quotes, because I don't know how real it was. But the story of how I got it was pretty stupid. So I was a teenager doing a job where we were
I stuck a fork in the outlet.
You're not far off,
Oh,
Mike.
no.
No, but so I had a summer job where I was helping a dad's friend in a painting company. So our job was we'd come in, we'd tape off all the lines, we'd wash the walls with trisodium phosphate, and then he'd come in and paint. So I'm washing these walls. I got my rag. I've dipped it in the TSP water, and I'm cleaning these walls. And I just, with this wet rag, I just go right over an outlet. I'm just I'm just wiping the wall, and I just wipe with a wet rag right into the outlet, and I got buzzed.
Yeah.
And it was at first I had no idea what happened. I shocked the tar out of me. And it did not feel good.
Okay.
But I don't know how that compares to
A taser.
a taser.
I had a very, very similar situation just with the shock where it was plugging equipment in, plugging like a guitar amp in to like an outlet that's very suspect. And I don't know if like my finger went in between the prongs or whatever, but I got it. I got the business. And it is a very strange sensation where your entire body all of a sudden just is revolting. It says, no, I don't work anymore. But I'll take the taser and I'll experience a couple seconds of pain.
There was a video I saw the other day of a very unlucky gentleman. And it was late at night and he was walking his dog.
He got tased and beanbagged.
Well, I was just reading that. Yes, that's it. At the same time,
Right.
That would be very unlucky,
Yes.
Mike. You're right. Apparently, there's a high amount of voltage in a taser, but you don't get a high amount of amperage. And apparently, that's the difference between immobilizing you or getting a bolt of lightning. This gentleman was walking his dog in the middle of a parking lot late at night and got struck by lightning on camera.
Ooh.
Completely stopped his heart.
What?
And on video, instantaneously, a car, the last car in the parking lot, with the last 3 people at this entire business park, pulls up, instant CPR, saves his life, and he goes on his way.
I really hoped you were going to say he pulled out the jumper cables.
He pulled out a taser. Shot the guy.
The heart was stopped, so he pulled out the jumper cables.
That would have actually.
Wouldn't it work in reverse if the guy's been electrocuted? It's like, oh, good, my car battery's dead. Let me hook up to this guy. And then you drive away. I get a charge. This guy's full of juice. I mean,
you saw you in your
he
mind.
doesn't need more. That would be such an insult to injury of like, oh, check this out. He just got struck by lightning.
You saw a resource on the ground.
Yeah.
A charged battery.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
thank goodness this guy's alive and well.
Now, do either of you guys...
I'm going to take the taser. I think the other one's going to hurt too much. Unless you promise me I can get a beanbag to the booty. And then I might take the beanbag to the booty.
It's going to hurt to sit for days.
Well, yeah, but it's not.
The taser, once it's done, it's done.
You get a couple marks on you.
They have to pull the fish hook out. But
Yeah.
Wait, there's a fish? There's not a fish hook.
Yeah.
Yes, how do you
That's
think
how
that-
they conduct the electricity.
how do you think that thing
20
gets in you?
Wait,
You
I
didn't know
just
this?
thought I thought it touches...
Well, there's the like the cat claws, I think they call it, where they put it up to you. But an actual police taser, it shoots fish hooks out.
2 prongs get shot out at you and go into your skin.
Oh, my gosh.
It literally looks exactly like a fish hook.
Oh, my gosh. I think
So that's why I take a beanbag to the booty.
there is part of me...
Something I never thought I'd say.
There is part of me that actually... Like, I couldn't put this to the test. I want to say that I kind of want to be tased.
Let me tell you this. I know this because my cousin did it. But they do training. And honestly, I can't speak to what it is, if it's police training or what. But they take volunteers. And you go.
To be tased?
And you get tased. And they actually, your payment is then they give you a taser. Wait,
what do you mean your payment is they give you a taser?
So, like, for being the test subject,
okay,
you then
get a taser.
You get a defensive taser to protect yourself.
Taser International is headquartered here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and that's probably what you're talking about.
You can go get tased the crap out of you.
They do testing there, and yeah, you can sign up for it if you want.
So I get paid.
And my cousin did it. I watched my cousin get tased.
And how did he like it?
I don't think he did, but because you go down immediately.
You have no control over your body. It's
correct.
Involuntary. Muscle spasms.
I'd like to know the rate of repeat volunteers. That's what I want to know.
How many tasers do you need? What do you Wyatt Earp?
I'm saying like on an ongoing basis. Next month they need to test a taser. Does that person
He's saying you already got your taser. You don't need to collect them. It's not like you're collecting figurines here.
It's not money. It's a taser. Maybe you're selling.
But there are people that go sell their blood and their plasma, and then they go. So maybe you're selling tasers on the side.
What would it take for you guys to agree to get tased?
I would just go do it because.
So you're saying
if the three of us
we're
signed
going to
up,
film a YouTube video.
I would not. I would not.
I would
because there's risk too. There is risk that if you catch your heart at the wrong beat, you could have a heart attack. I'm not taking that chance.
That's just weeding out the weak.
That's fine. You guys get your free tasers. I will say this as we move on to the next question. If you applied the get a taser rule to gun regulation, you probably have a lot less gun owners in the world. All right.
Where do you want it?
Where do you want it? You want a gun? All right. Marco from Twitter has another question for us, and it's a simple one. Would you rather be a contestant on either Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune? That's what we have.
Is this question is like, hey, do you want a chance to win a whole bunch of money or look like a complete idiot on national television?
I'm going.
Hold on, let me think. If I went on Jeopardy, genuinely, this is not a joke. If I got selected for some absurd reason, like I couldn't, but if
it
they
would
made
be
a mistake,
absurd now, wouldn't it?
If they made a mistake and I went on, I would be the first to buzz every time.
Oh yeah,
I would just try to go
big.
as negative as I could go, and I would annoy the.
Do you know how much fun it would be though if the three of us were the three contestants on a regular game of Jeopardy? Because it would be first to 100. I mean, at that point,
here's what would happen: whoever doesn't ever buzz in would win because they have the most money because they have $0.
And the double Jeopardy comes up, and we just go pass. No, thank you.
Yeah. How much would you like to wager? 0.
$0, please.
No, thank you.
That would be who would win out of the three of us? I feel like
That's just trivia. I mean,
I
it's
feel
just
like
luck of the
Mike
category draw.
I have in my past I felt very, very good at trivia, but it comes down to the categories.
I don't think there are categories I could beat you two at. I am so bad.
So
at
Mike,
trivia.
if he got anything in the musical realm, I feel like he would obviously
I
it'd
would
be
do
over.
okay, yeah.
And then I figure you got a good retention. So general trivia, you got good grades, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is your expertise, Jason?
That's
Where do
great-
you really?
I don't know.
Apparently, it's this liquid you were talking about. You were, I'd let it go, but you were blowing my mind the way you were throwing out like an actual scientific term.
Oh yeah, it's just a cleaner for a wall. TSP. I'm sure Al Borland knows all about it. He does man
I'm
things.
sure
I do,
Al-
but I was very impressed along with Mike
Yes,
that you
I
knew what that was,
All
and
right.
not just TSP, but what it actually stands for.
Right.
So-
So if the category was
Things you've been electrocuted while spraying on a wall.
Just how to clean walls.
yes, how to clean things used to clean walls,
Oh my gosh!
then I would take you guys down
Is
big
that
time.
on your resume?
Yes, that's one of my skills and talents. Give me Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, I think we're all in that boat. Let's move on. Hey, Spitwads, this summer showing some welcoming signs of maybe a more normal life ahead. You know, you can get back to some of life's little pleasures, Mike, like smiling at your neighbor,
To each their own.
seeing a movie, and, of course, Mike, your favorite thing, going to the post office.
Oh man, do I love the post office?
Okay, maybe some parts of normal
No, I
life.
do not. The post office is the worst.
Some parts of normal life, they're not great. But with Stamps.com, you can skip those trips to the post office and save on postage. They bring the same U.S. Postal and UPS shipping services right to your computer, Mike. You don't have to go out.
Oh, tell me more.
You could stay home. And look, if you got a small business, they make it easy to mail and ship there too. No post office is the headline here. And Stamps.com is a no-brainer. They save nearly, 1 million small business owners like us time and money. Stop wasting your time going to the post office and go to Stamps.com instead. There is no risk, and with our promo code Spitballers, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week free trial, plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type Spitballers. That's Stamps.com, promo code Spitballers, Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again.
The Situation Room.
All right, Mike says he previewed these. I haven't seen them yet. Let's go. Steven from Twitter, here's the situation. The three of you are at a carnival, and things go south, and it turns into a horror park.
Okay. Ooh.
Clowns and stuffed animals come alive. They're trying to kill you. You each have to win one carnival game to get out alive. Who plays what game? So classic carnival games, you've got like the milk bottle ring toss. That's a famous one. You've got the long shot basketball, but I always feel like those rims are
The rims are
unfair.
PSA. Walk around the side of these hoops, man.
Yeah, they're
you look at the
smashed
side, and those rims are smashed in.
Wiffle ball, basket toss, water shooting game, the hammer slam. Listen, why do we small diatribe? Why do we just accept that part of going to a carnival is paying money to not be able to win a game?
Because you think you can win.
Dang it.
I can win.
And those hanging stuffed animals that are now alive and trying to kill you are enticing.
Oh, and the girlfriend wants the big one, and you
If you want to know
I can get it.
how pragmatic I am, when I go, I'm like, oh, crap, if I win this,
You gotta carry
I
it
gotta carry
around.
that stupid thing the rest of the day.
But it's not the you choose how to look at it, because either you're on your side of like, man, I have to carry this. It's very inconvenient. But in the fair,
You're the cool person?
If you're walking around with the big stuffed animal,
Oh,
you're
my
the big
goodness.
cheese.
That
of
just means
fair.
you cheated
That
somehow.
just means you dropped. You either did one of two things. You either bribed the attendant for it, or you spent $1,000 playing the game
for a $2 prize
to earn that bear. Here's the truth: the only game that I think people win at regularly, I have won at the entire park, is the balloon popping with the darts.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because usually the prize is tiny. It's just they're just giving
Because
prizes out.
you can't actually win that one.
And you probably
if-
can't. How do you really cheat that? Do they like
No, you
grease
can't really,
the balloons or something. Or?
I don't think that one's cheatable. So look, when the prize is like some stupid little 2-cent stuffed animal that is half the size of my hand, whatever. But when the prize is not getting eaten alive by horror clowns, I'm in.
Yeah, the prize here is your life.
Now, if you take that game out,
but that's the key. Do you just run and find the games that have the smallest prizes? Is that the clue?
That's interesting.
Someone's got the like a Power Wheels hanging from the roof that they're giving away. You're never going to win that thing. Why did I say a Power Wheels? Who hangs a Power Wheels?
Because if you were a kid,
Power Wheel.
When you're a kid, the Power Wheels is basically the top tier.
That's
but they
the Ferrari of gifts.
They wouldn't be hanging that from
very stout hooks.
To me, I was thinking, okay, a car's a big prize. Then I went Power Wheels, and then they're hanging there.
Here's the truth. They're not going at this horror park. They're not going to have the easy games. They're going to have all the rigged games. So here's my recommendation to you two gentlemen. The three of us sit down knowing that we will all die if we individually do these games. The three of us sit down at the water chute in the clown's mouth, and it guarantees that one of us...
Oh, because it's a competition.
One of us will...
But then we all look up, and there's a fourth participant, and it's one of these clowns that's going to kill us, and he's got it right on the target.
The water shooter you can win, and the wiffle ball basket toss, you can win it.
Got to have backspin.
You got to have side spin.
Oh.
Side spin is the key. There was a time in my life where I was a carny, and I say that because I was a very, very heavily bearded gentleman playing in a band, and we played the fairs.
Yeah.
You say that because you were a carny.
Yeah. Well, I say that because I was a carny.
It's like saying there was a time when I was a policeman, and I say that because
I was wearing the uniform.
I finished the academy, and then I worked.
I got a badge.
I worked for the New York Police Department. So, yes, you were a carny because you worked at the carnival.
I more meant like that. My job was the music part.
Sure.
Go on. And we went there's a big convention every year. It's called the WFA. It's like
World's Fair Association.
Yeah, or Western. I don't know. But anyways.
Sounds like a wrestling event.
So we went to this. We were performing. We were showing our wares. We were trying to get work to be carnies. And they had a couple games.
Gotta earn it.
They had a couple games there. And one of them was the basket toss. And you could just go play unlimited. And so I went over, and I'm playing forever. And I finally asked the guy, I'm like, how do you win this game? And he showed me.
Because the workers of the basket toss can always do it. And I know they're a little bit further closer, but they do it nonstop. Every time they can do it.
It's all about the side spin.
Here's the thing. I was thinking about this the other day because the fair is in town and here in Arizona. What has YouTube done to that equation? Because people go on YouTube and they can see how to win any game now. Like, there's no secret. It's not like you're going and you get one time a year you see the carny throw the ball. Like, you could YouTube how to win at any of those games.
Well, think about what we have this is a very large platform. A lot of people listen to this podcast.
Over
dozens.
50 carnies per.
Think about what we have just done to the fair system.
Oh,
you announcing the side spin.
Are they coming for us?
They're not. They're not so nimble, Mike. They've been playing these same games for a really, really long time.
But the ring toss is out. That game is impossible.
The milk bottle?
Yeah, the ring toss is out. The game where you throw like the ping pong balls into the glass containers, that game is out. When we have to shoot out the star, that game is also out.
And basketball, which is so sad because that's always the one I want to dominate at, that's out because you have to shoot like a swish won't make it. It's got to be better than that. It's got to be like something where it bounces around and lays on the rim for a little bit before it squeezes through the rim.
I wonder, would you guys be interested in a system where you pay $50 and you get a prize, but then you get to do the thing like unlimited until you can conquer it?
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Wouldn't that be like just do it one time?
It would be fun.
If it works for the whole family. If my whole family can go and play all these games unlimited for $50, I would do that. And I will never go to a fair and spend $50 on these games. You know what I mean?
But do you get the prizes? I mean, you don't get the prizes then.
I get a medium prize.
Okay.
One.
See, we're
my kids fight
we're going
for it.
Subscription-based carnivals.
It's imagining being there for days. Family, go ahead. I'll be here.
Yeah, that's the issue. The lines.
But that's
would be...
part of why you spend up to play again and again is the competitive nature of like, man, I did just a couple more tries. All right. So in that case, I was going to say basketball because that's the one thing I feel like I can do competently.
Yeah, you do that one.
But I also feel like you need to prioritize a game that you could do while potentially running away from these people trying to kill you. So the dart one makes sense. You just run, throw the dart, run by.
You're in a safe zone. When you're playing the game,
they're waiting outside to murder you.
Yeah, they're in an arc around you.
Yeah, the holding hands like Red Rover style in a giant circle around the
clown
circus.
Smiles. And either of you guys find clowns exceptionally scary?
I'm not really scared of clowns.
I am not scared of clowns at all, except when there is a horrifically scary clown mask. You know, like if you dress up like a clown, like regular clowns, those aren't scary, but they scare people. I don't understand why.
Yeah, it's because they're scary.
But you're scared of clowns?
I think they're creepy.
I understand.
Maybe
why
there's
people...
a difference between creepy and scary, but to me, it's like anybody wearing a mask. You don't know their motives. You can't see through it.
So just regular clown though, you find it creepy?
Yeah.
Until I get it.
Until I get to know them.
Makeup clown, not scary. Mask clown, scary.
Okay. All right. Edwin from Patreon, one of our Spitwads, has a situation for us. He says, after an unfortunate altercation with your local wizard, of course, the three of you must live the rest of your days in the ocean.
Oh, Mr. Limpet situation.
Those will be short days.
He reassures you that you will be able to communicate with all other sea life. He gives you the choice to be any sea creature or animal of your liking.
Okay.
What are you choosing and why? So you've got to live out in the ocean forever, but you will be able to communicate and then apparently thrive.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is a pretty easy answer. Because if I'm out in the ocean, what are your biggest worries in the ocean? It's predators, right? So I want to be the predator. I want to be the one that is winning these battles. And while, I don't know if this is top of the food chain or if anybody else goes, but the great white shark.
I believe it's the top.
Yeah, I'm taking the great white shark.
Maybe orcas could get one.
Yeah, and maybe, if you're a giant, blue whale, maybe you don't worry. A great white shark's not doing nothing to you. And that's kind of more my speed. I'm just like, try to get through this blubber. But I'm going great white shark because I also want speed, I want to be able to pop out of the water and see my old world.
Well, it's strength. And see, I actually went with speed. So I was trying to, what's the fastest animal in the water? And apparently it's a sailfish.
Wait, but you're vulnerable, man.
A sailfish? No, look it up. A sailfish is like a marlin where it has the giant spear nose.
I still feel like you're not at the top of the food chain.
I'm not at the top. Oh, no, you're pretty safe.
I think
you can go.
I've seen these before.
Back to my
from
point.
The Cretaceous.
This thing goes 68 miles an hour.
What?
In the water, which is basically as fast as a cheetah can run on the ground. So imagine being able to swim
or
that
a Prius. So that's like a Prius in the water.
Exactly.
Incredible.
But I have a giant spear nose.
Well, that's not so bad.
I'm being the sailfish.
It's interesting what we prioritized. Now, the first thing I looked at was what sea creature has the longest lifespan by default.
Isn't it a turtle? Is it the turtle?
Well, what I found was a bowhead whale that is 200+ years. And I'm thinking I'm a big old whale, so I'm resilient, right? Nobody's going to come and get me.
Do you want to live 200 years as a whale?
Floating in the ocean, just taking in the sights, my man.
200 years of that?
Yeah, there's a lot of ocean to see.
Look at that internet.
Every time Mike,
I bet it'd be great.
Every time Mike makes a home somewhere as a sailfish, once a predator comes along, sure, he's not going to get eaten, but he has to move.
I think the only predator sailfish has to worry about is man. And just because I turn into a fish,
you have to worry about the Jason.
I'm still
the Jason will come and get you.
They're not coming after me. They're going after the small.
Straight after you. Now, other great whites.
You will never catch me. I'm 68 miles an hour, man.
Dude, a great white. I'm so powerful. I'll eat the bow-headed whale. I'm just coming after both of you guys.
Mike, now, I don't know if it changes things, but you are locked in, unfortunately. 13 to 15 years is the lifespan of a sailfish.
Ooh, what do I got?
I've got 200 years.
What's the lifespan of a great white?
I don't know, but they're
You or a regular great white?
my cholesterol as a shark is a little high.
70 years.
I'll
Do you want
take
70
that.
years as a shark or 200 as a bowhead?
I figure I got 70 as a human, so I'm good with 70 as a
Also,
as a
you're,
great white.
You're only going 35 miles an hour, Jay.
But
You ain't catching me.
I'm gonna sneak up.
I will swim backwards and poke you in the face with my big sword.
I'm
nose.
100 tons. That's what I just figured out.
But you're just there. You're not living.
Yeah.
not?
No, you're not.
There's no LIVIN going on as a whale.
No, you're just.
You know what you do as a whale? You swim all the way to the north.
Doesn't it seem like
and
when
then you swim
just
back down
listen
to the south.
their voice. They're not. Except nothing can.
Here's the irony of the situation, because we look up lifespans, and then you wonder, when God created these creatures, maybe he was building in the level of enjoyment the sailfish is 13, 15 years.
They have a
of
great,
unadulterated,
too much enjoyment.
just so much fun.
Life too good.
The shark, it's pretty nice, 70 years, and then the bowhead.
All right, you get to live for a long time.
Kill me. Too long.
I've seen all my friends die.
I've seen every inch of this big blue
My
hell.
friend, the sailfish, has been dead for 150 years. My best friend.
It doesn't do him any favors to call him a bowhead. I'll be honest with you.
Got eaten by a shark.
And now the shark's dead.
All my friends are gone.
And I'm here.
Kill me.
They call him bowhead, too. That's not fun. All right. Steve from Twitter. The three of you are given an assignment that you cannot refuse, which requires one person to solve a complex puzzle, one person to capture a meerkat,
Ooh.
and the third person to distract a crowd and keep their undivided attention for 10 minutes.
This is great.
Well, I've got to be honest with you. And so he wants to know who does what job. These are three distinct skill sets: complex puzzle, capture a meerkat, distract a crowd. I don't know how Jason's not distracting
the crowd.
Yeah.
He has
It's
to
hands
be.
down.
I want to up it. I need 100 minutes. I got to keep their attention for 100. I'll do it.
You're all over that.
Yeah.
And that may take me 100 minutes to capture the meerkat as well.
Well, I'm gonna boost the ego, Jay.
So
be careful for this.
Watch out.
This happened this morning. I came downstairs.
The meerkat thing?
No.
Oh.
No, but I came downstairs and my middle boy, he says, "Dad, my sister's saying that Jason is funnier than you." And I said, "Yeah, because he is."
Oh,
Yeah.
You're so sweet, Mike.
So you're taking care of the crowd for 10 minutes.
So now Mike and I are competing on, you want to solve the complex puzzle, or do you want to do the meerkat?
I do like puzzles,
Here's the thing.
but these are both a puzzle. To capture a meerkat.
I believe both of
Puzzle
you.
of sorts.
I believe both of you, and could solve the complex puzzle. I really do. I think you put either one of you to the complex puzzle, we're okay there. When it comes to catching the meerkat,
Yeah.
that's where we've got to
This is
decide
tough. Yeah.
who can catch the meerkat better. Now, Andy, you are back to the gym, right? You're working out,
Sure.
but you injure easily.
That's true.
So you could be going after this meerkat and reach down, my groin.
I feel like I've got a little bit more wiggle, and a meerkat's nimble. I think I can I can juke a little better than Mike can juke.
I've seen Mike play defense
It's
on a flag football league.
Sometimes it's okay, but the thing about a meerkat is
And what were you saying about that?
I'm saying I'm glad he's got a good football IQ because he gets to the right spot.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
But based on the IQ.
Yes, and I will not argue with this. But when you're chasing a meerkat, I don't think this is an above-ground chase. I think this is
You're in the tunnels?
They're in a tunnel system. You got to figure out how to get them.
So it's a bit of a puzzle.
Yeah.
So at the end, it seems like once the puzzle's done, I mean, you're hoping you're not waiting on the. Are you going to be waiting on the meerkat guy, or are you going to wait on the puzzle guy?
The
Because
meerkat
Jason's just
guy.
distract. Okay, so the meerkat situation.
For sure.
Because between the three of us, we could put all three of us on the job. I'm not sure we're getting the meerkat.
We've all done the escape the room
It's
before.
true. Yeah,
And I think Mike's pretty good at puzzles.
I think Mike could 100% handle the puzzle.
All right, I'll take
I
it.
just fair warning, I watch a lot of Survivor. Everybody volunteers to do the puzzle, but if you're the one that can't do it, everyone's watching you fail. And they're all thinking, I know how to do this puzzle, right. And then you don't see the obvious thing.
Also, all I can think about for Meerkat is when someone took like an Animal Planet video and dubbed over, it's just screaming.
So all the meerkats screaming?
Going, hey!
Yes.
Hey!
That would make it easier to catch them. If I at least knew where they were. Although that might be taunting me as they pop out of their holes.
Hey! You could trap. They eat things. You could leave trappings.
Trappings?
Wait, is that the?
I think it's just called bait.
Bait is the word I was looking for.
No, in the biz we call it trappings.
Yeah, I mean we're on this side of the cameras. It's trappings.
Okay, all right.
Oh.
I think we figured that one out.
Yep.
Let's get into the draft.
The Spitballers Draft.
Okay, this one is actually going to be very fun. From time to time, we do these Battle Royale drafts. We've been inside of Al Borland. Remind us of some. We've done Disney characters we threw into a Coliseum. We've done
we've done hardware store.
Yeah.
A food fight to the death in a grocery store.
So we're back in the Coliseum, I assume.
Yep.
And we are drafting the. We can only choose NFL team names.
Yes.
So we're talking about the entire NFL.
So, like, if you wanted to battle with a dolphin.
Yeah, Dolphins.
Which I highly recommend you guys do.
Of course.
You could pick the Miami Dolphins.
That would be just like me, considering I picked a Triton for the Coliseum last time,
Exactly.
And there's no water. So we're picking from all the different teams, but we're trying to assemble a 4-pack of teams that will defeat the other two in a Coliseum.
This is going to be rough.
And who has – so Jason has
the first pick.
I have the first pick, and while I think that's a pretty bad draft to have the first pick, there is one team that has what should be a trump card, right?
Well,
I don't know.
You tell me when you pick it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the Tennessee
Titans.
Okay,
You got it.
Because a Titan, like, okay, maybe you've got a Bill, a nice Buffalo, and that's tough. That's a beast. Maybe that'll get drafted. But like a Titan in mythology is like an all-powerful being, a creator, a god of.
The Titans were at war with the gods.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah,
they lost.
Come on, Buffalo.
But there was still a war.
Right. So the Titans, I think that's got to be the one, and I feel like maybe this is a good one-on-one because no matter what you draft, I don't think there's anything else out there that can beat a Titan.
I'm going to give it a shot, though. And
Come on,
I'm going
man.
to take the Giants.
Dang it.
Because a Giant, that's another word for a Titan for all I care, so I'm taking the big boys, the Giants, with pick number 2. I will say this, Jason. I thought you might forest for the trees there and miss the Titans. I was hoping it would drop to me. But give me them Giants. They're big. They're strong. They're going to wrestle with you.
Yeah, because it's like, a lot of these teams are animals, vicious animals. But, and obviously, like, I can't hang, with a cougar. If I was fighting a cougar,
right,
the cougar is going to win. But if I'm a giant, if I'm 30 feet tall and you give me a little cougar, that's like me fighting a cat.
Yep.
I'm going to win that fight.
So the real question is where does – Mike's got a couple picks here, but he might need a couple picks to go up against the size situation.
You guys clearly took the top 2 picks.
Okay.
I was hoping someone would be dumb and let one of them fall, but that did not happen. So now I get what I believe would be like the best of the animal group for this fight.
Someone had to enter the animal group.
Yeah, so that's where I have to go because I'm not taking the 49ers. I don't need someone searching for gold. I don't think
like a 49er.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to fare very well.
You'd get a pickaxe, right?
You'd leave that Coliseum rich and beaten up.
I mean,
if there was gold there.
Did you say you get a pickaxe?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's the finding the golden lining of that situation.
A human with a pickaxe.
I'm also 50 years old with a giant gray beard.
Hold on. Are you trying to bait him? You're trying to bait him into the pickaxe.
I said I'm not taking it.
Well,
no. It sounds really good now, Mike.
Maybe you're a dummy.
All right.
Give me the gold. That's how they all laugh.
Yeah.
All right. For the first pick, I'll take the Bears.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
I believe that is the best of the animal.
I feel like there are two. There's a 101 and a 102 of the animal world.
See, there's
a few.
There's 3, and I'm not sure which one is better, but between the next two. But hold on, I'm gonna do some research. You guys talk.
You have
You
another
do research.
pick.
You're on the clock.
I want to check out size, man.
Okay.
All right. Well, you know
real
what?
quick,
I'm on the clock, so I can work it out.
What are the Packers?
They put stuff into a box,
Right. They help you move, and so they could really they could. I'm sure they've got some tape. You know, they got to be able to close.
Who
are you trying to sell him?
When you got the tape roll, the edge of that thing's pretty sharp.
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to understand what the Packers are. Like genuinely.
Oh, I know what they are.
Tell me.
So my wife's family is from Wisconsin, and Wisconsin was full of paper mills. So I think it has to do with.
So it is a Packer.
It's legitimately
It's literally a pack.
Yeah, I think it has to do.
It was the Acme Packing Company, I believe. Is what they're named
So it's
after.
literally like that's what the best they could come up with.
Well, no, I mean it's a simple time. We had Black Sox and White Sox and Red Sox.
There is a team that is a landmine. I'm letting you guys know.
Yeah, a little tricky landmine. You're letting us know ahead of time?
Yes, and if you pick them, I'm going to laugh because then I will reveal what they were named after and what they actually are. It will be fantastic.
And you're going with the Browns now, right?
No.
Okay.
So what I was checking was the size of a couple animals. I will take the Bengals.
Okay.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Were you doing a little bit of a size check between
Yes.
them and like lions and things like that?
I was 100% seeing how big a lion is compared to the Bengal tiger. The Bengal tiger is 490 pounds,
So
where a lion's more like 420 pounds.
Are any of the NFL teams named bowhead whales? Because I'll be out there for 200 years.
You'll never get me.
So here's the thing. I had a pick lined up, but now I feel like, look, the Giants, I mean, I think they can kind of kick around the Bears and the Bengals, but my other pick that I was going to go with now I feel is very vulnerable to your animals, Mike. And so you backed me into it. I'm going to take the Lions.
Yeah, you got it.
I need an animal on my side.
See,
so
I would have taken the Lions over the Bengals.
It's a tight choice.
I think if a lion and a Bengal were to fight, the lion would.
I don't know.
He's the king.
He is the king.
The Bengal's not the king.
Is there a like kind of nature sensitive way to do that? Like let them do that?
I'm sure you could look it up, but like
No, I mean like for my entertainment.
The Bengal tiger is not in Africa, as far as I know. I think it's in India. So like yes, he's the king of the jungle, but
you don't
that's
see 'em
because the
together.
Bengal tiger's not there to be the king.
They could be. They could be. And the mane's imposing.
It is.
On a lion, so you kind of think that they're stronger in which one killed Val Kilmer a bunch in that movie? Oh, that was not a bunch, but that was the
Ghost in the Darkness.
Yeah, with Mike. I almost said Michael Keaton.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
No, that was a story, but that was a true based
that was
on
Lions,
a true story.
Yes. Or no, or
yes, it was. I think it was Lions. Pretty sure it was Lions.
Okay, no, I think actually it was Bengal Tigers. I think
was it?
Yeah, I think so. All right, Jason, you've got a couple of picks so far.
Okay.
I have the Giants and the Lions. Mike has the Bears and Bengals, and you have the Titans, and then 2 more picks.
All right, I'm wondering who would win in a fight.
It's Lions, Andy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Ghost in the Darkness was Lions. Just
clear.
confirming.
We want to be accurate here on the show
with our pop culture references.
John Vardy, the owner of the Lundalzi Reserve in South Africa, always asks between a lion and a tiger if they were to fight. If a tiger and a lion had to fight, which one would win? There's a quote. Well, I've seen tigers crunch up full-grown leopard tortoise like it was nothing, and lions try, but they just don't get it right. If there was a fight, the tiger will win every time.
Excellent.
Now that's just a quote from this person. So
like a person with
I really appreciate that quote
with
so
knowledge
much, Jay. Thank
of
you.
Animals.
It doesn't matter. I've got the Titans.
Yeah,
Okay.
here I got another quote actually. Titans don't exist. That's from Reality.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I've got another quote for you.
Giants
Giants don't exist.
You have Andre.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. All right. So I've got 2 picks here. There's so many humanoid. Like Vikings were vicious people.
Sure.
But can they really hang with
How
these
many
animals?
do you get?
Right. That it's plural. It's not a Viking.
You get plural. I consider it to be
2.
Just a I'll give you 5.
Oh,
Of everything, or does size matter? Like if it's larger, you get 1. If it's smaller, you get
I think
many.
Al Borland has to speak on the topic.
I was thinking just one. That was
it does make sense to have just one because it's still the Bears. You don't
yeah,
get
that's
multiple
true. Okay,
Bears.
yeah, I'll back off that because that's hard to.
Yeah.
You don't want a gaggle of Vikings coming after you. Come on.
All right, so you've got the Lions, the Bears, and the Bengals taken from the animal world, and I think I'm still living in the animal world right now. I feel like I know your landmine. I feel like I know what it is, and I'm not going to do it, but I really hope that that Andy does. Whoo, boy. All right, let's go with the first air attack.
Oh, nicely done. I thought about it, but the Bengals were there. I had to take it.
Yeah, I mean,
So what do you mean the first? What are you taking? The only, right?
No, not the only. There's several options. I could take the Cardinals.
Okay, so I got you.
Tweet. This is a beautiful red
What a
bird.
beautiful distraction.
Exactly.
All right, what do you got?
I'm going to take the Eagles.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles.
I think they're the top flight attack.
They're, they're a predatory bird that you can't reach. The animal, come down, pluck your eyes out type of situation, and not even the giant can reach them.
I was gonna say that's really just about it, though, right? I mean, they'll come down, they'll pick your eyes out, they'll take off again.
If I got to fight all blind animals and
It would
others,
help.
that's enough. Like
Okay.
that one of my 4 pick, you've done a good job. I think that I've got to compete in some way with the Bengal and the Lion. It's certainly not as good. Trying to decide between two.
I know which two you're thinking.
cats.
The two
The
cats.
Panthers or the Jaguars.
let me
Which
do a little-
one's better?
Yes, fifth.
Let me find a quote from catking.net.
Let's see here. Well, here's the problem. If you search Panthers fight Jaguars,
Look, it doesn't matter
you
what
just
your
get an NFL film of the Panthers fighting Jaguars.
It doesn't matter what you find on the web. It matters what our listeners think when they think of those two animals.
That's true.
That's what's going to define the vote. They're not going to do research, so I mean they could, but I doubt they will on the poll.
So here's my uneducated guess as to these two animals. I view the Jaguars as faster, but I view the Panthers as a stronger beast.
Interesting.
So I'm going to take the strength of a panther because I'm not trying to just get away from the fight and run away. If you get a jaguar and he's just running and I can't catch him, whatever, I'll use my magic from my Titans. But, yeah, so those are mine. I've got the Panthers, the Eagles, and the Titans.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna throw a little wild card into the equation.
Wild card.
Not the one that Mike is suspecting. Or is it? It could be. I don't know. But I'm actually going to take the Cowboys. Because I want
thought about it 'cause you get a-
rootin',
you get a gun.
I want some guns in the equation, and the Cowboys are bringing them to the table.
Do you get a horse?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yes,
no.
you do.
Al Borland, do you get a horse with the Cowboy?
I don't think you get another animal with him. No.
Yeah, because
that'd be too big.
You'd be drafting the Broncos
right
and the Cowboys.
Yes.
Absolutely not. I think the Cowboys.
The Cowboy.
A cowboy is defined by having his horse.
No, he is not. He's someone who works on a ranch. He's got a 6-shooter and a lasso. You get the 6-shooter. That's fine.
All right.
So I
There
get the
is
gun.
a definite.
I mean, that thing's like that's useless against
I
my-
just Googled definition of a cowboy. I'm going to read it.
Oh no.
A man, typically one on horseback, who herds or tends cattle,
Typically.
especially in the western U.S., and is
defines-
represented in westerns and novels. So it sounds by this, you get to pick, Andy. Do we get the movie cowboy who has a 6-shooter, or do we get the Google definition who has a horse?
Oh, gun or horse?
Because he's not. There's no gun in this situation.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to throw this up to Al Borland. I'm not going to make myself susceptible to your binary choice here. I just looked up Dallas Cowboys historical logos from 1966 to 69. It included a horse.
Did it have
Therefore-
a 6-shooter?
I don't know.
You don't know, but you're looking
I want the
at it.
6-shooter ultimately. So
Although
I'll let Borland.
it's not going to be on the draft.
Yeah, it's not going to be in the poll.
It's
The
just
poll
gonna
was
say
just
cowboy.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
You can make your own assumptions.
All right. I'm still taking them. I got my gun.
All right, we're
When
going.
you think of a cowboy,
we're
they've
getting
got a
further
gun.
down the list where you
Yes.
got to get creative or grab stupid options.
All right.
All right, so I
The
have
Ravens bring bad luck.
the Ravens will eat your eyes out. That's for sure.
My Eagles will eat your Ravens.
Yes, that is also true. All right, so I have 2 picks to close out my team. I'll take. You took the Panther?
I took the Panther. Are you taking the Jag?
Yeah, give me the Jaguar.
Wow, you are animal heavy right now.
Look, because what is the other people gonna do?
You need
a Raider?
Yeah, but you need some conniving. You need some thinking.
You need a Buccaneer.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about
swashbuckling.
Those are both on my list.
All right,
it's on my list.
I thought about taking both of them, and then you're just from the ocean. 2 ships arrive, and off come the Raiders and the Buccaneers.
I would much rather have a Viking than either of those. I feel like a Viking is made to murder.
A Viking
and
a Viking's going to be way tougher.
A Buccaneer is made to plunder.
With swords?
Sure, but they're just going after.
Vikings have they've got swords and axes, and yes, a Buccaneer probably has
thirst for blood.
The Buccaneer probably has the gun, but it's that single shotgun, not shotgun, but single shot gun. All right.
Would you? Okay, that's a different question. Would you rather have a single shot gun or a sword? Because if
got
we're in
one
a fight,
shot.
Are we talking about like the pirate guns where they're not accurate either?
Sure, but if I get you, I win.
No, not necessarily. I can still get you with my sword.
The sword might not do a lot against like a, I don't know, bear, Bengal, or jaguar.
Yeah, it's helpful against the people.
Yeah. All right, Mike has a final pick to decide on, and it is difficult.
It is very difficult. Do I want another fast animal? Do I want to take to the air like Jason? And I feel like I do. I'm going to take the Falcon.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Falcon. I need some air. I need some speed.
Better than the Ravens.
Yes. A raven is not a predatory animal.
No.
It will get, if you're locked up on the ground.
Spread some secrets for you.
Oh, man. I just thought of a good one.
Yeah, it's interesting. So Mike has the bear, Bengal, jaguar, and falcon. Jason's got the titan, the eagle, and the panther. And I've got the giant, the lion, and the cowboy. I feel like mine is the most diverse team. But now I'm a little frightened of Mike's fury of animals coming my way because he's got all animals.
Yes.
So the Raiders, the Buccaneers, thinking about those, Vikings. I thought about going the Texans because I know they're packing heat.
That's what I was just
thinking.
thinking.
They're packing heat.
You got a whole arsenal of weaponry if
but
you
I already
get the Texan.
I got my cowboy.
Yeah.
So
he's probably from Texas.
I think ultimately then, and I thought there was another trap pick. We'll talk about it after. I will go with the Vikings.
Okay.
I will go with the ferocious attacker, made to conquer. Give me a Viking. I'm feeling good with giant lion, cowboy, Viking.
Now, the thing with the trap is even if you put the pole up without
contact
releasing the trap, people are going to think that it's not actually.
I'm going to guess your trap.
All right.
It's the Jets.
No.
Oh, really?
The Jets were one of the traps.
Yeah, because
you're in a coliseum. They could bomb everybody, and then you're in big trouble.
Well, here's the thing. The Jets is like, oh, it's a fighter jet. That's
right.
You know, I would take that in a heartbeat. The trap that I thought is when I looked up why were they named the Jets, it was based on them being near LaGuardia, and this was like airliner jets.
You were going to jump all over that if somebody said it.
Yeah, I was. I just assumed Mike was going to jump
I thought that
over
was going to be your first pick.
Nope.
No, as soon as I found out it's not like a fighter jet. I mean, because that would be awesome. And also, my
Jason
Titans
took a 747.
My Titans could beat the Airbus.
Probably.
Titan.
All right, take your last pick.
All right, my last pick, I'm just going for girth here.
Wouldn't be the first one.
I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills.
That's the trap.
Yeah, baby.
Wait a minute. No, the trap was the Jets.
They're not buffaloes, man.
They're not buffaloes.
That's the city.
That's the logo.
You got
the logo. We just talked about the logo for the Cowboys.
The Buffalo Bills franchise was named after the Buffalo Bills, a popular barbershop quartet.
Are you kidding me?
Mr. Sandman.
I just drafted a quartet.
Bring me a treat. Bum, 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 bum,
You're darn right you did.
Oh, my goodness. No way.
I saw you write it down, and I held the poker face.
Oh, hey, at least now.
Sandman.
Okay, Borland, I get the whole quartet, though, right? This is a 4-pack if they're named after a quartet.
You get 4 dudes with razors. How about that?
Would you rather have 4 dudes with razors? Yeah, they're in a barbershop.
Yeah.
Would you rather have one buccaneer or one cowboy,
Dude,
or
I'll take
the cowboy.
I will. I'll take him first. A whole sea of barbershop.
I'm going to sing you to sleep.
Ba-ba-da-da, How wonderful that you tripped yourself into it.
It doesn't matter. I've got the Titans.
And when you put it up, people will believe that it's a buffalo. But I'm like, I started actually thinking about it. I'm like, a bill? What is a bill?
Is it money? Am I drafting a
Clinton?
So I looked it up. Barbershop.
I thought you might have had a trick. I don't know what the actual Chargers.
I was
team
trying
name
to
was
figure
based
that
on,
out.
because I wanted to get some lightning action into my roster, but I was worried Mike was going to tell me like that's the trap thing kept me away because I was worried that the real like a Charger is really you drafted a piston from a 54 Chevy.
But we did it.
We got it, and how spectacular is that, Jason? All right.
Oh, here. So it was named that because Frank Leahy picked the Chargers' name when he purchased an AFL franchise for Los Angeles. I liked it because they were yelling "charge" at the sound of the bugle at the Dodgers game. So it's just someone running. Just
woo! Thank goodness for that. That wraps up. We'll have to do that with some of the other sports leagues at some point in time.
I'm going to get the Jazz.
Oh, yeah. You've got to.
I've got my quartet.
You do.
If I can get some jazz music playing.
Or, surprised you didn't take the Browns after some bad Mediterranean.
What did we learn today?
I learned that the Bills were named after a barbershop quartet, my friends. That was exciting.
And I learned that an animal's lifespan is directly correlated with how much fun they have while living.
And I learned that you can die from a beanbag gun.
It's true.
Not a taser.
Yeah, well, we're learning. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Thank you for listening to the Spitballers podcast, supporting, subscribing. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.